Well, here I go.
Alright, she's dipped her toes in Loch Ness, guys. I would call this a good bridge. It is the most visited castle in Scotland, and the castle was largely abandoned, so this area kind of fell into disrepair first. So we just made it to Inverness, just in time for sunset.
Hey there, travelers. I'm Eliz from Means to Travel. My husband Derek and I are college sweethearts and share a passion for exploring the globe.
After so much change for us in 2020, we decided to take a giant leap and rent out our home in Chicago for some extended travel. This series chronicles our 3-month stay in the United Kingdom.
After documenting our strict 2-week quarantine in southern England, we set about exploring many of the wonders that this enchanting country has to offer.
During this time, we became official end-to-enders.
Met up with some cherished friends,
Got our rental car towed twice,
and absolutely fell in love with this corner of the world. So come along as we explore the UK. In the last episode, we spent the whole day outside exploring due to the sunny skies. We hiked around the historic area of Glencoe in the Scottish Highlands and took in some sights from the Glencoe massacre. Then, we tracked on the ancient Signal Rock, walked through the Antor woodlands, and checked out the trails near the Three Sisters Mountains.
In this episode, we stop at Invermoriston, the Commando Memorial, Urquhart Castle, and Loch Ness, all along our journey to our next AirBNB stay in Inverness, aka the capital of the Scottish Highlands. What's up, travelers? It's Derek
And Eliz
from Means to Travel, and today we are heading up to Inverness from our stay in Fort William. So, one of the cool things about that is a lot of the drive we are going up along Loch Ness. So expect some cool shots of Loch Ness along the way. But we've stopped here in a place called Invermoriston.
No, Invermoriston.
Invermoriston, and we saw a really cool bridge, so we're gonna go check that out. Because I mean, when you see a cool bridge, you gotta go look at it, right? I mean, come on. And there's a fun dog. In Scotland, it's not Scotland without dogs. So let's go check it out, guys.
Make it extra slippery.
All right, guys.
Beautiful.
I would call this a good bridge. Big fan. Okay, guys. So I read a plaque on this bridge, and this bridge is one of many that Thomas Telford actually designed and built in the early 1800s, starting in like 1805 or something like that. And the whole idea was to improve the infrastructure within the Highlands to help connect the different towns and cities, because that was one of the major weaknesses, was there wasn't a lot of bridges to help connect the towns and roads. So they built this, which was a vast improvement, I guess, over the military road that was around here. So it's pretty neat, and it's a cool bridge. But I'm gonna head over to this other bridge, which is the newer bridge, I guess. This is Old Bridge, and go try to take some pictures from over there.
I wish we had gone to Costa because I really want millionaire shortbread right now.
Millionaire shortbread. I'm sure there's a Costa in Inverness that we can go to.
There's definitely a Costa in Inverness.
So Eliz is hungry.
I kind of want something sweet, like a millionaire shortbread.
Something sweet like me?
And I can't eat you.
Okay.
But you are sweet.
All right. So, something really cool that I'm going to cross the street and show you guys real quick is that there's some traditional roofs here. Gotta look both ways. One way, other way, check again, and keep walking. Okay, so one of the traditional roof methodologies in Europe that's pretty big is like this. So they have living roofs, which is so cool. and you know it helps. It's environmentally friendly. It's I think it's energy efficient, so pretty neat.
You have to mow it.
I don't think you do. Don't think so.
Yeah, I think you actually do. I think you, like once a year or something, people go up.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it does get mowed. We'll find out.
The Invermoriston falls and bridges are stunning and well worth a stop when you're approaching Loch Ness, especially if you're a fan of water scenes like me. If you have time, you can even walk into this tiny hut alongside the river, which is called the Summer House, that is said to date back to the Victorian era.
Another stop on our drive to Inverness was the Commando Memorial. This bronze memorial statue stands 17 feet high and features 3 commandos from World War II facing the tallest mountain in the UK, Ben Nevis. The commandos were an elite military force formed in 1940 who were capable of conducting irregular warfare. In 1942, the Commando Basic Training Center was established 6 miles from where this monument now stands. In more recent years, an area of remembrance has been established at the site for commandos who have died in more recent British conflicts such as the Falkland War, Iraq, and Afghanistan. And some commandos who served during World War II have since had their ashes placed here in remembrance.
Alright, we're passing by Loch Ness over here.
Which is super pretty!
Yes, it is. We've been following this logging truck for quite some time.
There's a lot of long haul log hauls going on over here. That's my dad joke.
But we don't mind following this truck right now too much because they're letting us go a slightly lower speed, which feels comfortable.
It's a windy road.
It really is.
So we just got to Urquhart Castle. As was pointed out by many of our keen-eared British followers on Instagram at the time of this filming, it is Urquhart Castle. So buckle up as we continue to mispronounce this and many more place names as we continue to explore the Highlands. Which is a 13th century ruin. It was a castle built in like the 13th century, abandoned in the 17th century at the time of the Jacobite uprising in the late 1600s, so like 1690s. It was slighted, or at least partially destroyed, so that they couldn't use it. It is the most visited castle in Scotland, and last time we were here we didn't actually come in, we just kind of took pictures of it from the parking lot. So this time we're gonna go in, check it out, and see what it's like. It was packed last time we were here, like crazy packed, and this time, because of COVID, and we're kind of in shoulder season, I guess, not too bad.
I found some. So exciting.
What is it?
Millionaire shortbread. And tea.
Castle's out there.
Learn about trebuchet. Trebuchet. Those balls get launched by something like this at the castle. I would not want to be on the walls when things like this were being hurled at you, though. This would take you out.
There's no record of these being used at this castle, but 11 rough-hewn stone balls were found here, so it's possible that they were used as projectiles during the War of Independence.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
These are the stone balls found in the castle.
Yep. And so these would use massive counterweights, and you'd crank it down. That arm would come down, and then you'd put the ball on and go flying. All right, let's go check out the castle.
Bridge. How cool is that?
Okay, where a drawbridge would have been.
Excuse you.
Uh-huh. Huh.
Alright, we've come inside the castle walls now here at Urquhart Castle. Urquhart Castle. And the wonderfully nice man right at the front said, we have the place completely to ourselves right now. How incredible is that? Last time we were here, it was so mobbed. And now he's like, yep, you can just walk around without being pushed, bumped, shoved, anything like that. You can go anywhere you want.
Very, very cool. The water gate. Not the American water gate.
Yeah, different water gate.
So, there would have been a dock down here, I guess, so that people could get in via boat from Loch Ness.
Looks like I could just walk right into Loch Ness right now.
Yeah, basically.
Shall we? Well, here I go.
Alright, she's dipped her toes in Loch Ness, guys.
Good thing
There
I
we
got
go.
waterproof shoes.
I don't see Nessie anywhere, but...
Come at me, Nessie.
Don't at me, bro. Hey guys, so we are in the upper portion of Urquhart Castle, which this would have been part of the actual castle area right up here. And over the years, the castle really evolved and changed quite a bit. But most recently, back in the 1500s, the Donjon Castle, the tower over there, kind of was rebuilt and turned into the Lord's home, which was kind of a fortified, comfy home for, a powerful lord. And the castle was largely abandoned. So this area kind of fell into disrepair first. And because of that, there's less of the buildings, the original buildings are still here. So, there's just a lot less to see as compared to down there, where a lot of it was maintained, in more recent centuries.
How beautiful is this view over Loch Ness, though? Wow. We've got it all to ourselves, like we were saying before.
Alright, time to go into Grant Tower.
So one thing I do want to say too about visiting Urquhart Castle is that because we have English Heritage memberships, we were able to get 50% off on our tickets when we got here.
And that's similar if you have the Welsh version, which is CADW, Cadwa. I don't know how to pronounce it. But there's a few different memberships that have similar things like that.
Oh look, there's a foot pedal hand sanitizer right here for us. We did wait. There were a few more people that came into the castle after we recorded it first, and we did wait for a few of those people to leave this area just as a precaution. There's not really like a one in, one out rule. We just kind of made it that way. So that way we'd have, again, as much to ourselves as possible.
Check out this view. I would totally live here.
I want to go to the basement. Look at those steep spiral staircase things down there. I don't know if you can see that here.
But we can go up. All right, time to go up the stairs.
So one thing to note is all across Europe, if you go visit castles, you're going to find these like really narrow, steep, kind of uneven spiral staircases, and they're likely going to have these ropes for you to hang on to as you go up and down as well. So a couple things to keep in mind, I guess, is how uneven and kind of like, I don't know, you just need to feel a little bit more secure with your mobility. If you have vertigo, might be an issue, like all these different things. If you know, you tend to have that at home, you might want to consider that as you're traveling. Right now I have my gloves on. They do have hand sanitizer to use too right when you first start, because you kind of have to hold on to the ropes.
And they cannot sanitize the ropes really, so.
Exactly.
I will say, not the worst steps I've ever gone up in a castle.
This view. Epic, right?
Alright guys, with views like this, I can see why the Grants chose the Don John Tower as their home and residence rather than the big drafty old castle. So, you know, very cool and very glad that we came this time because it's a magical place. I can see why it's one of the most visited places here in Scotland, in the Highlands, one of the most visited castles. And if you find yourself up by Loch Ness, definitely come give it a look because what a great way to explore Loch Ness.
Loch Ness. On to Inverness, let's go. Urquhart Castle was great to explore, and we really recommend stopping there when you're in the Loch Ness region. But on that day, we needed to keep moving down the road to Inverness to beat the sunset.
One of the things about driving around Loch Ness in the Highlands, etc., is that if you have somebody behind you that's kind of riding your bumper, or maybe they want to go closer to the speed limit than you do, maybe even faster than the speed limit, is that there's a lot of these little pull-off places like this that you can just kind of like stop at, take in the nice view, and let the other cars get ahead of you, because, you know, at the end of the day, you need to drive how you feel comfortable and be safe about it. So we pulled over, there was a car behind us that was going a wee faster than I wanted to go, so did this and got to take in some great views of Loch Ness at the same time, so win-win. Yeah, so we just made it to Inverness and just in time for sunset, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice one. The clouds are spectacular. We're right by this cool bridge. Got the castle over there in the background, as well as some churches and whatnot, so really cool. Excited to explore the city with you guys maybe tomorrow, but in the meantime, let's go take some pictures and hang out in Inverness. Funny, walking on this bridge, you can definitely feel the movements and the shakes as people step on this thing. So it's kind of interesting, kind of fun. Find anything you like?
So, I definitely don't know anything really about this restaurant. I just happened to pass by the menu and thought I'd take a look because last time we were in Inverness 2 years ago, I couldn't really find too many restaurant options, and so this time I'm like really trying to dig in, find some good ones. But this place, most notably, has a main that has a side of a haggis croquette. So that's like a basically fried ball of haggis. That would be pretty interesting to try.
I'd eat it. Just put it right in my mouth. But yeah, we don't know what we're doing for dinner tonight, so it'll be an adventure. See if we can find a place that has open seats, because not feeling like cooking particularly. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we do. Maybe we do leftovers. I don't know. Did you find a restaurant?
So, the Thai restaurant that we were talking about trying, because probably it's off season and there's the pandemic, dine-in actually only happens at lunchtime, and then we have to do takeaway for dinner. So I guess we're gonna figure out if that's gonna be what we try, or if we're gonna go for somewhere that we can actually eat at. I really like this sunset. It's different than a lot of sunsets that you come across. The clouds are just a little bit more cotton candy texture as well as color. And there's a cute little bridge over there too.
Alright guys, so it is like 5 o'clock, 5:10, so that means it's pitch black out here in Inverness. It's November 2020, so it gets dark pretty darn early. So we're heading to a restaurant though for dinner, and we're excited because it's a Thai place called...
Yeah, Thai dining.
Yeah.
And I was talking to you guys before saying that I wasn't so sure it was going to be open for seating for dinner. I thought it was just takeaway, but it turns out...
It's on open table.
It's
so
on open table.
We're going to show up.
Hopefully they'll be open for us to dine.
All right, and that's one of the cool things about this place, because it is a bigger town. They have open table, so you can go on and find reservations quite a bit easier than necessarily in some of the smaller towns where you really have to call to make reservations.
And I found this out kind of through researching restaurants on TripAdvisor, which not every town I would recommend using TripAdvisor for, but this one definitely has, you know, the top restaurants in the area listed on TripAdvisor. So it's gonna be good. This is number 8 ranked of all the restaurants in Inverness, and number 1 of all the Asian restaurants. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I would say take TripAdvisor with a little bit of a grain of salt. I try to look for things like timeout or like other types of, you know, things like that.
For Inverness or Eater or,
or
something
Eater
like that.
or something
you know,
like
those
that.
Those are for big cities. But
yeah, no, I don't know.
Guys, I'm so hungry. I gotta eat this now.
There's no waiting. So we just made it back to our Airbnb, and I think we're about to go into food coma mode because we ate a lot of Thai food. But yeah, no, we had a great time today, heading up here from Fort William up to Inverness. Awesome city. I love being up here. Excited to explore it tomorrow in the daylight. As you know, we have very limited daylight right now, but thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you like this video and this type of content, please give the video a thumbs up down below. And if you are new to our channel and, you know, haven't been with us for that long, hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future travel content to come, whether it's a travel vlog like this one or any of our travel tips and other useful travel information that we try to put out there for you guys. So thank you so much for being with us. Happy travels, cheers, and bye.
Hey travelers, don't forget to subscribe, and let's hang out more. Here are some links to other helpful travel videos on my channel, and press that notification bell so you don't miss any new and awesome travel videos to come.